I know that we're going to talk about being big boys. See, this is tough for you too because you're a big boy from a town called Sandwich.
Oh yeah,
that's
true.
That's a shitty, like, you know.
I bet it's worse to be from Hershey.
If we both turned into a skeleton on this couch right now, my skull would be bigger than yours. It would have to be. I have a huge head.
I'm a woman, so my skull's probably smaller.
Wait, women's skulls
Probably.
are smaller?
Yeah.
That sounds sexist.
I didn't say brains. I said skulls.
Welcome to Sam Brown University TV, or around here, as we like to call it, SBUTV. The wit is lightning quick, the laughs are thunderous, but intellectualism reigns supreme.
Ooh. I mean, all the three of those things are hard for me to do.
It's like a storm. Oh. No, we have a perfect storm here today because we have our guest today to have on the show is one of the birthday boys. He's been in a slew of movies. He's in the new season of
Twisted
Metal.
Yes, yep.
Twisted Metal. He's from the podcast The Doughboys.
That's right. Where you've been a guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Mitchell.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming out to the Sam Brown University campus.
There were some non-clapping responses I got.
Yeah. For everyone out there, or if you're listening, there's people who are silently clapping back there.
Yeah. Producers.
The
suits, we
Is
call
that
them.
the suit. Okay. See, I'm new to the whole podcast thing.
Oh,
so
the suit. You'll get it. The suits are...
the suits and the... let me write that down. Suits. Producers. Okay.
Producer.
Right.
You never heard producers?
No.
You've been on a TV show.
Yes.
You've been on
But
plenty
they're
of TV shows.
They don't quiz me on what everyone's title is. I'm like, hey, the guy standing next to the Lenzy thing.
There was like a point in the last like few years where I was like, I should figure out like what a gaffer is. Like when people were like, he's a gaffer, I was like, oh, I just would nod for 15 years. And then finally I was like, I should learn that.
You know how every once in a while you hear like a little thing, like a little phrase, and you're like, oh, that's a little like clever trivia thing.
Yeah.
And once I heard the difference between a grip and electric.
Yeah.
Simply put, and I'm like, oh, I love that. And it's that electric is in charge of adding light to a scene. A grip is in charge of taking light away from a scene.
There's a couple people who work in the industry here and they're nodding along, so I think that you just
the suits are
approving.
All right.
We get this thumbs up from all the suits.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I mean, I got my own show, so I'm doing a little bit better than good.
I'm very excited this is great. I'm excited to be here. It's been I don't know. Is it a bad year in some ways, I guess? I mean, and of course, in many ways.
I guess it depends on what your political affiliation is.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great year. I'm doing great. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No. It's a bad year. I think a boring year, I guess. Like, I don't know. I've been bored.
You really, like, personally boring, yeah.
Yeah. How about you? No? Are you doing well?
I mean, I got a kid, so that's like a lot.
Right. Yes.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
If you're ever considering it, just know
it's a lot.
It's a thing.
Did it change like the moment the baby came out? Did you have that moment of like it's at the bit? I know that this is a man who probably will never have children. When the baby came out and was in the
baby,
world,
when the baby popped out,
the baby popped out, was there that moment for you where like everything has changed? Like, there was like a lot of parents who were like, it changed that moment.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes, definitely. I mean, like before it changed, definitely like knowing that there's a baby on the way.
Sure, yeah.
Definitely changed. But Emily, my wife,
yes.
Her and I, we both got COVID in the hospital.
That sucks. Like during the delivery time or like?
Yeah. Like after the delivery, we were like, oh, we're exhausted. And then like we had COVID and it was like 2 weeks of our life that we like don't remember because we were taking care of a newborn by ourselves when we were like ultra sick and all we wanted to do is nap. And that's the big thing with having a kid is that like you can't like just like if you're like, oh, I need a nap, you can't just like nap.
See, that to me is it's off the table.
That's the deal breaker.
That's the deal breaker. I don't think it's gonna happen because of that.
Yeah.
I need a nap sometimes.
It's crazy, like not having that as like really the option. Like unless the baby is napping,
then you can nap with. Have you napped with the baby?
Oh yeah,
that's cute as hell.
It's the best.
Yeah,
that's the best. But yeah, but we're not here to talk about babies.
No,
this isn't
baby talk.
Is there a popular baby podcast? Doe Babies.
There's no spin-off that we've done of baby podcasts, but Sam Brown's preschool. You know what I'm saying? Some sort of. You could do that spin-off. There is. I'm sure that there is like a.
I mean, I could just screw it. Let's not do this show anymore. Let's do Sam Brown's preschool. Yeah. Can we change the logo right now?
I would have nothing to give to. I have no idea what I would say about babies.
I'd constantly be like, Mike, shut up. Mike, you're here for the old podcast. This is the new podcast.
I have a lot of friends who have babies, and they, like you, it seems like very tiring in many ways.
It's crazy. Having a baby is what I just. It's a prequel.
Yeah.
It's a prequel because all of a sudden you see the baby doing things.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait, I did that. And I remember, and like you can like connect the dots to the early phases of your life. And you go, oh, that's why I'm fucked up. And then you get like paranoid about like just fucking your kid up. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So
your kid is going to be very funny. Very funny parents.
He's already pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
So recently,
I think I saw him at Flappers.
Oh yeah. He's got a pretty tight 10.
He's really good.
Recently, I was on a trip with my mother-in-law and Emily, and we went out to dinner. And after dinner, we're driving back. And one of the worst things is when your kid falls asleep in the car on the way home because you'll wake the kid up trying to transfer them, and then they're up for hours.
Yes, yeah.
And your night is ruined. And so my mother-in-law was like being a team sport, and she's like, Wally. I'm just trying to get Emily to laugh. So I'm just sitting there, and she's like, hey, Wally. And I just go, Stephanie, would you please shut the fuck up? And she, and Emily laughed harder than I've ever seen her laugh at anything I've said.
And how did she was
playing ball with it, and then she goes, Wally, can you do you know how to say disrespectful? Now here's the thing. Is Wally recognized that everyone was laughing about something. And Wally was like, okay, I wanna play ball with this. Yeah. So she said, Wally, can you say disrespectful? And he just goes, fart.
That's very, very, very fucking good.
And got everyone laughing. He knows a joke, and that joke is fart.
Yeah.
Also,
which is gonna kill for a long time.
Yeah. Also, this is how he says boobies. He goes, boobies. And he just loves saying it. He goes, boobies.
I feel like he maybe took that from you. It's possible to
I'm always like, hey, Wally, check it out. Boobies. I'm always like, stop.
How do you spell Wally?
W-A-L-L. You don't know how to spell Wally?
Interesting enough, I have a cat named Wally. This is not a lie. I have two cats, Wally and Irma.
They're just the normal spelling, right?
I do W-O-L-L-Y, but this ties into a connection we have, which is I'm from Quincy, Massachusetts.
Yes.
The Wollaston area. W-O, Mount Wollaston.
So it's Wollaston. So he's Walter.
Oh, he's Walter. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I love it. I think Wally's a great, I love Wally.
Yeah. If you didn't like it, I'd beat you up. Because I'm also from the Massachusetts area, and that's how we handle things.
I know. And I think that you could. I think you could beat me up. I was a weakling my whole life. I know that we're going to talk about being big boys.
Yeah, well, let me get into it with the
I need to
audience.
skip
No.
Okay.
I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
You're a big guy. I've always been a big guy, and I've gone through phases with my health and with the way I work out.
Yeah.
And so today, the question I want to ask is, can fat be healthy?
Can fat be healthy?
Can fat be healthy? You know?
I mean, to look at this a million different ways, like people are like, a high fat diet is now like the healthier diet compared to what we had growing up, which was like, I carb loaded every night.
Yeah.
Of my life. Like when I was younger, it was like pasta for dinner all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
And like bread.
Yeah.
Bread and pasta and whatever, milk or whatever.
I definitely had that opinion that like, oh yeah, bread, it doesn't taste good because that's the healthy stuff. You know?
100%.
Like,
bread was healthy in my mind. It was like, and now it's like, oh, that's like what like bodybuilders, like it's like they eat pasta and bread to bulk up.
Yeah.
And that's what we were eating every day. My dad was.
We're carbo loading and then being like, well, I'm going to burn like 8 hours of Genesis right now. I got some Sonic to play. I got a carbo load.
Were you a Genesis kid or were you
I was a Genesis kid, yeah.
I was a Super Nintendo kid.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been friends.
We wouldn't have been friends. It's impossible.
I would have been like
so you were Vector
Sonic
Man
and
Sonic.
yeah.
I was Super Mario. Yeah. And I still am Super Mario. Do you still game at all or no?
Yeah.
Harder with a baby, I'm guessing.
It is. You find you have like one game at a time, and it's like you'll have like one night a week where you can like play video games after they go to sleep. And
I went and saw a movie last night. I saw Black Bag. I told you this.
Yeah,
I loved it, and everyone was.
Are you? Did you bring Clip?
This is. I forgot his name. Magneto and the girlfriend of the guy who grows backwards, Kate Blanchett,
and Michael.
The girlfriend of the guy who grows backwards. That's all I could come up with. I don't even know his name.
That was your explanation of Benjamin Button.
That's right. Did you ever see the guy who grows backwards?
He's talking about Benjamin Buttons, the David Fincher movie, starring Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt and Kate Blanchett is in that movie.
And she's in that movie.
Yes, among many other movies that I probably could have thought for a second.
She was in Tar.
She was in Tar. Tar's. I like
she
Tar.
Was Tar.
She is. She's Tar.
Yeah.
And she's now making soundtracks for video games. Spoiler alert for the end of the movie. Is that she's composing video game soundtracks. This is how Tar ends.
When you said that, I forgot that detail of it. Well, it also ends with I like that's your takeaway. It ends with like her going to like Singapore and
I mean,
she throws up on the street after she gets like a. I don't know.
And composes a video game as well.
But I forgot that was the detail. But you're like, no, that's the video game stuff.
It's the video game stuff. It's like a World of Warcraft sort of game. I remember. There was the Minecraft kids were crazy last night.
Oh yeah.
Which your son Wally might be a Minecraft kid. Like
he's
I'm sure.
two.
He might be. I mean, it might be something different. Eventually, he might be a Minecraft.
Right
kid.
now, he's like a Cars kid.
That's not that bad.
It's cool. I like Cars. It's a good trilogy.
A lot of people. Is it the second one that's really good? I forget which one is great. There's a great Cars movie.
They're all great for their own reasons.
Yeah.
2 is a crazy one. 2 is a James Bond film.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I like that we're like the topic is like, can fat be healthy? And we're like talking about video games and Cars movies. We have our guest that's coming in like to talk with us about it.
All right.
And she's just sitting here like, yeah, I know why you guys are fat.
It sounds like one of your free nights for you is playing video games and the other guy just always still plays them. I was excited because we're across the street. I shouldn't dox where you are.
No,
but I will.
Where our campus is. It's a big secret.
I'm going to dox where the campus is. We're not far from the Back to the Future Burger King.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people are not
I found that out from one of the suits here.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
He's skateboarding right along here. And I think he goes through the Burger King parking lot, right? I asking people who are not on the show. But
yeah, that's...
And you know what? A pretty good Burger King on top of that.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, that gets the Doughboys approval.
I have a thing that's like the Valley test or I mean, we're just going to look much fatter, but I'll go on here.
No, it's okay.
To me, I call it the Glendale test, but I think did we talk about it?
What, the Glendale test? No. I was just about to say that I remember I used to live right by a Del Taco, and there was a moment where I would like late night go through the drive-through, and the drive-through guy was like, "Hey man, big Whitest Kids fan," and I was like,
great.
"Oh God, this is not when you want to be recognized."
Yes,
it's like
that is very embarrassing. Like in your
getting recognized by your crack dealer or something.
Yes,
like, in
your darkest moments where you are like ordering two, because I'm sure that you know this thing of like, you're not just gonna get one sandwich. That's like little kid. That's Wally shit. That's baby stuff. That you're not gonna get one sandwich.
It's like, you don't need to get the meal and the quesadilla.
You kind of do.
I kind of do.
You kind of do. I used to. My thing is like having a road sandwich. At least some people are nodding along.
Is this like a burger that you put in your glove box? Oh, gotta get my road sandwich waiting there for me.
I need to eat one on the way home.
Yeah.
And so that's like a road. Then that's usually the McChicken for me at McDonald's.
Yeah.
This is like this isn't even that. I mean, this is a bad order, but I was going to say like my biggest McDonald's order, like me being, this is like too much, is a McChicken, a double cheeseburger, and a Big Mac meal large with a Coke. And is the person who's going to talk to us about being fat just turned ghostly white.
It's like, it's not healthy, guys.
That is like at my worst. But I think I should tell you this up front, and I've said this on the podcast. I'm juicing. I'm on fat guy drugs.
Is that Ozempic?
I'm not on Ozempic. I'm on a drug called Zepbound.
Zepbound.
Yeah. Were you the fat in the Whitest Kids? Well,
I was the Mike Mitchell.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, Timmy was chubby too at one point. But,
true. We had a little bit of a handoff.
We immediately did recognize that in each other, I think, when we met. We were both Boston big.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the funny thing, and this was not an accident, was I said big guy.
Yeah.
And there is a thing with big guy, and I identify as big guy.
Yes.
And I feel like the thing is that big guy energy is when like, just like no matter where you are, when like someone is like trying to call you out on the street, they go, "Hey, big guy."
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Someone you don't know at all will be like, "What's up, big guy?" Like you just get big guy all the time.
Big guy.
And also we'll get like too handsy with you. I don't know if you have that too, but like, like it is like I saw my barber out at Ye Rustic. And I just saw my barber, and I like never seen him out in like a social setting, and he's like, "Hey buddy," and he like grabbed my belly, and I was like, "What?"
Oh wow,
like, you can't just like tickle my belly.
Yeah, you're like, it's 2025.
You can't do, like, and they will just like, I feel like people just like touch your titties and stuff. It's like not. It's people. I think with big guys, people think that they can just like touch this area, and I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I think it is funny because like I
still went to the barber. I was like, I'm never going back to that guy, and then I went like a week later. I was like, whatever.
I need a haircut.
I need a fucking haircut. And you're like getting called big guy by a person you don't know. You're like, all right, I guess it's better than, like we said, we're from Massachusetts.
The alternative is the hard F slur.
Then it is a much better.
It's, better than that.
But also, big guy almost feels respectful as opposed to like, fatty or tubby or whatever else they could say. But I started as a thin. I started as a thin.
Oh man, I fucking hate those thins.
I was a thin for a very, know who are annoying people. And I promise if I lose weight, I won't do this. Yeah. Fat guys who turn thin are just fucking they are sometimes the most annoying people in the entire world. I lost weight in college, but I rode crew for like 2.5 years.
Oh, wow. Oh, cool.
And I like did it to lose weight. And I was like, maybe this will like get me a girlfriend. And like nothing happened. And I was like, still just like, I had that thing of like I'm like a fat. I was like like I would like
it's that Breakfast Club thing.
Yes,
where what's the character's name? The bully guy.
Emilio Estevez.
No. Judd Nelson's character. Bender. Thank you. I know he had such like a good name. Bender has this line where he's talking to Molly Ringwald and he goes, you ever see someone and you know, even though they're skinny, that they're just a fat person on the inside or something like that? It's like, that's always stuck with me.
And that is true. As like a thin kid, and I was always silly. I liked comedy stuff or whatever, but I was not like an outgoing. I was not.
You can say funny. I think it's so weird if you say I was always silly. It sounds like you're trying to like hide a brain injury. It's always silly.
I guess I tried to be a funny kid. I like you know how it is. You don't want to say you're funny, but I was like trying to be a funny kid, and then I think being a fat kid probably helped, and that came around like 5th grade, 6th grade, and then as you know, this thing, which honestly still almost did happen through your 20s, but you would just like get fat and then stretch out and then get fat again and then stretch. Like it was a very accordion like from like elementary school till high school, and then high school I was like, oh, I'm like a 200-pound kid, and I'm gonna like sit around there, and then went to college, road crew, but again, like Judd Nelson said, I was still a fat guy. I was like holding my head down. I didn't have that confidence.
I mean, it's the confidence. Like, it's funny. Like,
were you the same though?
I mean, I think I always kind of like looked at myself as a curvy person, no matter like what weight I was at. You know, it's like I always have like big hips and like I always have breasts. Breasts.
You do have a breast. Yeah,
I always have breasts, like no matter like what weight I'm at.
Yeah.
And that always that always would sit with me. And like even when I was at my healthiest, like I ran when I was 27 around then, I ran the New York Marathon and just was like, oh, I'm just gonna do it. Yeah. And I got in the best shape of my life.
I remember that you would be, even in the time that we've known each other, you would be big and thin, like you'd be in shape sometimes, and then you would be bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it's such a funny thing that like, I mean, I always kind of, you never really view yourself as like skinny or in shape or and you know, I wonder if that's just like body dysmorphia.
Oh, for sure. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
When I look at a picture of me when I was like 25 and I was like, I look like great, and I thought I was like Quasimodo.
Yeah.
Like I hated myself. Yeah. But also I just want to say to you, I never thought you as a big titty guy. I never thought of you as having big titties.
No,
there's kids who are just like kind of chubby and then have like big titties.
Yeah.
Like you remember from like middle school, I remember this one specific kid who had like really big titties but wasn't even that chubby of a kid. Yeah. And it was kind of hot. He looked great. to a kid in middle school, getting to see like any sort of form of titties, it was kind of hot in a way.
It's funny that like they never, like, people don't talk about like male titties.
No,
like it is like really not something that there's like, I mean, like I think I recently saw someone who was like on Instagram, and they were like a professional soccer player.
Yeah.
And they have like titties.
They have titties, yeah.
And they, you know, like would do these videos where they were like shirt off and doing it, and they were like doing amazing feats of like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, like hit the corner of the goal like 10 times out of 10. I'm gonna break this plate, and like all the comments are like, why do you have tits? But like it was like cool though for me to see someone who is like, you know, while getting ready for this episode, I was telling the Suits this story about, I was in Far Rockaway hanging out with some friends, and it was like in that period where I was like felt comfortable enough with myself to be like, yeah, I can walk around with my shirt off.
Yeah.
And me and my friends went to go get some beers from a pack. And I don't know if you know this, Far Rockaway, my friend calls the Irish Riviera because it's all like Irish firemen.
Yeah.
And while we're at the package store, that's not a slur against.
I know people think it's the package store in the New England area. Yes, I got you.
There was a bunch of guys coming from or going to a wedding, and they were wearing kilts. And there was a guy that was like 400 pounds, like a big guy. Mm-hmm. And he goes, "Look at this guy. He's got tits."
That's Judas shit.
Yeah.
Fat Judas.
You're selling out your own kind here, buddy.
That's insane.
Come on, man.
That's so fucked up. I was at Camp Burgess. Do you know Camp Burgess?
Oh yeah.
I went to Camp Fatima, which was not a fat camp. I went to Camp Fatima. My first year of camp was Camp Fatima. My mom.
Why does it have to be called this? We should not be going here. I mean, just off the name.
I 100% was like, every kid I told was like, "Yeah, fat," and I was like, "No, it's not a fat camp." But my mom found out that one of the priests, because it was a Catholic camp, one of the priests had molested a child, and she still sent me.
We all knew when you said, "Well, she found out one of the priests." We were all like, "I know where this is going."
She sent me she found out, still sent me that summer to the camp. So
she's like, "Well, they found him. Yeah. They got him." So, in a way, it's the safest place to send him.
It was there was a mission accomplished kind of moment. She thought I was good to go, and then I went there for a year, and we went to Camp Burgess, a YMCA camp. Do you know Camp Burgess?
Yeah, that's in Sandwich.
It's in Sandwich.
Yes. Yeah. We would go there in like 7th grade.
Yeah.
To like on our like end of the year trip is like our team building trip.
See, this is tough for you too, because you're a big boy from a town called Sandwich.
Oh yeah,
that's
true.
That's a shitty, like, I would be like, "Where are you from?" Like, "I'm from Sandwich," and people, people will probably make fun of you.
I'm from Ice Cream Pie. I'm from Ding Dongs, Pennsylvania. I bet it's worse to be from Hershey.
Hershey, that is, if you're a fat kid from Hershey, that I don't know if there's anything worse than that.
Yeah, you're probably getting called Augustus a lot.
Yeah. Which I did get those. I remember there's two moments in my mind. One is Camp Burgess, and a whole line of kids went, "Fat kid," and pointed at me during morning things, and I was like, "Oh, I'm the fat kid." I'm the fat guy. And then their counselor asked if he could keep my Grateful Dead shirt at the end of the thing, because that's like this, that's the size I was that this counselor could wear my 12-year-old shirt, or what, like I was a 12-year-old. And then the other thing, I remember going to see Angus, and Angus was just like, it wasn't good for like a big kid. Like, you were just gonna get. And I remember I was with the kid on my street who was the fat kid.
No one learned the lesson from Angus.
No one learned a lesson from Angus. They were like, "He's fat." Like, they just made.
Like, this is a great nickname.
Yes, a great nickname to call fat kids, and that's. The fat kid from my street was like, "Hey, Mike's in 2 movies," and it was Angus and Babe, and I was like, the fat kid, Colin, who I love. Colin, the fat kid, made fun of me, and I hadn't been the fat, and I was like,
Does Colin still follow your stuff?
He is occasionally, yeah.
Fuck you, Colin.
He's a great guy.
Colin fucking sucks.
And also, he got the fat kid shit so much. Yeah, fuck you, Colin.
Yeah, Colin was in 3 movies that year: Babe, Angus, and Free Willy.
I wish you had been there for me, because it was like that Ralph Wiggum with Lisa moment. I was just like, I'm the fat kid now, but. To go off what you were saying earlier, that guy with the titties took that soccer ball and he hit that goalpost 10 times in a row.
Yeah. So
there's some athletic prowess going on there, right?
Yeah. This helps with the balance, I guess, or something. I can say that because I've been made fun. I was in 7th grade soccer.
Yeah.
So it's so fitting that it was soccer.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Hey, shirts are, you're on shirts, you're on shirts, you're on skins, you're on skins." I got put on skins.
That's the worst.
And there was a kid that was like, I was friends with, who was like, I don't want to be on Skins. And I was like, you know what, man? Dude, it's fine. I'll be on Skins. And I took my shirt off, and everyone, including the coach, this is like he would be fired today.
100%.
If this happened, but like started making fun of me and telling me to do jumping jacks. And the kid that I was like, yeah, this is fine, and took his shirt off.
Like, wait, that's what he learned from that?
I was the lightning rod. He was like, well, not that bad.
That sucks. Who is that kid? Do you know his name?
Kevin Cahill.
Fuck you, Kevin Cahill. He comes and kicks
Are
the
we
shit
allowed
out
to
of
do
me.
that? Or do we believe that's fine? I think
Colin
it's
will
fine.
be fine with it. Kevin, are you friendly with Kevin still?
No.
Shoot him a text afterwards. Say we told you to fuck off in your podcast.
No, I don't want to start that. Hey, if you're ever back in Sandwich, we should hang out sometime. Yeah, cool, man.
I was a Sandwich kid. My family and my godparents' family, we split a cottage in Sandwich.
Yeah,
when in the 80s, for so long ago.
It's crazy. We might have because I was born in 81. So
I'm 82.
Yeah,
and like you were saying, the fat that I had gym teachers and gym coaches and stuff like that would be so fired for the way I couldn't climb the rope in gym class, and he was just making fun of me for it. And it's oh, you don't do that anymore. It doesn't. Shirts and skins, I'm sure, isn't a thing anymore either.
Yeah, it is funny to know that if you're out there and you see someone who is a little bit of a heavier person and they were in their 40s or older. Yeah. And if they were that size their whole life, which, is a pretty good chance, that they were definitely traumatized from that. They had a traumatic 100%. Childhood. 100%. Society was yeah, it's cool if we just fucking devour you. Yeah.
But unless you're that's why I was asking if you were, there's a confident big guy, which I think overlaps with, can fat be healthy, to get onto that topic. I the confident.
Oh, you're the host now. Okay.
Do you mind if I host? Can I have that? You just wrote down, all it says is producer. There's nothing else on the paper.
Well, we got to remember it.
I was not an athletic or confident fat guy. It wasn't, for me, it wasn't I'm not I think I was funny amongst my group of friends, but I wasn't going to be the guy who yelled something out or anything like that. I didn't want to draw any attention to myself. And there are confident fat guys who kind of who really, John Gabers. I always say Gabers is a guy who's he really carries his weight well. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And then there'll be ladies, ladies will love some of those guys who are the confident, kind of loud fat guys. And I did not have that at all. I didn't have that at all.
Yeah, Gabers is a great example as far as someone who's hey, accept me how I am.
And he's funny as hell.
He's great. Yeah.
He's great. But he is and also very athletic.
Very athletic.
For me,
yeah.
I think fat can be healthy.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Were you into sports?
My sport, I wanted to be more into sports, and then baseball was it for so long. And I go to Celtics games with my dad.
What position were you in baseball?
I was outfield, either right or left field, depending on, no one was hitting it out there that much in whatever league I was in. I would go to Celtics games, and I would just want to eat a hot dog. That was
that was the appeal.
That was the appeal of it. And it was Larry Bird was playing, and I was just I want a hot dog. That's all it was. And then baseball, I think, was the one that I liked the most. And then I became decent at baseball when I was 16, and then quit, of course. Around just when you were when the fat turns to power, which is also it was a big part of this, when your fat turns to power. Yeah. Which for me, I remember happening when I have an older sister, and she'd like beat the shit out of me. And then eventually I was just like, oh, I can just like kick her away from, like, I can just kick at her.
Oh, I thought you were saying she beat the shit out of you and you were just like, the fat has turned to power. And I was like, oh, I get why she beat the shit out of you.
I mean,
oh no, she's so fat powerful right now.
If I was someone who said the fat has turned to power, I hope someone would kick the shit out of me. Our fat has turned to power in a way.
All right. Well, let's get to the bottom of this, right?
I think yes.
I think we should find out more. We should have our expert. This is a university, and so we are here to learn.
Sure.
And so we're going to learn. So we have our guest lecturer today, Jessica Isaacs, credentialed sports dietitian, content creator, and currently working at USC.
Wow.
Do you mind moving?
Oh, of course.
Do you want to do the...
Yeah.
Swapping?
Yeah.
We're swapping. Hello, Jessica.
How's it going?
Can I instantly just say a fat guy thing right off the bat?
How's that?
Her seat is like 120 degrees for me.
Oh, it's nice and warm.
It's so
Thank you for
warm
warming it up. Thank you for warming it up.
Immediately when you're like, you slide down, I was like, yeah, I'll slide down, but it's going to be a very hot seat.
I'm in the hot seat.
Yeah,
now.
you're in the hot seat. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Can I ask a quick, sorry?
Yeah. No,
You're
the host. Yeah.
To start off, do you think we're fat?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No.
Is it because I'm wearing black? Because black is slimming?
I think it's the stripes on the collar. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're a dietitian,
Correct.
and what are you doing at USC now?
So I work with the basketball and the volleyball teams as their team dietitian, and then kind of oversee the sports nutrition program as a whole. Co-oversee it with the director.
So your whole thing is about like optimal eating for the job of like being good at volleyball and basketball.
Ideally, but you understand people are human, right? So optimal is the goal, but is not always achievable, even with athletes at a high level.
You're like, oh, this guy's a tough case. They're like, this dude loves to eat. Is that like, or
that's a lot of my athletes.
a lot of it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Either eat too much or too little or not enough of the right things.
Is there good candy?
Is there good candy?
Yeah, like you know what? As a fat guy, I know you're saying I'm not, but I swear I look in the mirror every day and I see him staring back at me. You know, like there's people who are like, oh, I don't like candy. Like I don't like Twinkies, and I'm like, no, candy and Twinkies are fucking great.
Yeah, they're good.
So what is the healthy option in that? Like. Or is that like just like, yeah, no way, like get lost?
I could say we look at timing. So I tell like people that have a sweet tooth, like do that around exercise, do that around when you're active, because then that sugar is converted into energy that you're going to use. And so it's the optimal timing is to have it around either before, during, after activity, not late at night, unfortunately.
How far after?
How far after? Up to an hour.
Okay.
What if you've never been active almost ever in your life? When's a good time to get candy in that case?
When you can pair it with something that won't spike your blood sugar. So add a protein, add a fat, you add a fiber, you have a more stable blood sugar response. So
how did you get into like the being a nutritionist?
I struggled with nutrition and body image, and for me, it was kind of learning how to navigate it myself. Just became really interested, and I went all the wrong way. I did like the eating disorders and all of that sort of thing, and then once I started eating more often and then exercising, saw that my health got better, my energy got better, mental health got better, and then was really interested and fascinated in how I could take that to like high level performers and get them to, figure it out, but also see the power of it.
Do you see that like there's a link between overweight and underweight? Like, do you think there's a similar kind of mindset that goes into both things?
For sure. I think it's a control issue on both ends. They often will pair overeaters and anorexic bulimia in eating disorder clinics. They'll have Overeaters Anonymous and that sort of thing. They'll pair them together because it's all a psychological thing.
Yeah.
At the basis of it all.
Since your child was born, do you find that how do you feel about weight? Is it easier to put on now, or what's happening as far as that goes?
It's tough because there is this thing where, I prepare my kid a meal, and he doesn't always eat it, and then I'm like, oh, finish it. And also, here's the thing with having a kid, you lose naps, but you gain all the good snacks.
Yeah.
It's you got a lot of good snacks in the house, and a lot of the gummies and And
then also I feel in your free time, you're probably snacking. If you can't nap, you're that's how you
need the actually, this is a good question. Is the baby workout a thing? And this is what I mean by that is when I got my kid, I'm I've got to play with him now for a little while.
Right.
I'm just going to do some curls.
Sure.
I'm just going to do this thing for he likes to do monkeys on the bed falling off. And I do that every night. And that's a lot of reps. And I'm I worked out.
Yeah.
Is that part of the problem? Is that I consider that a workout, or is that a good idea?
I mean, if you bulked up your kid enough, you could probably get some decent muscle mass out of that. It just depends
so
on
I
how
got to
much
make the
weighs.
kid fat
You gotta
so
bulk
that
up the
I
kid
get
so
muscular.
The
Okay.
scale of balance.
Yeah,
Right.
That's a great idea. Bump up Wally and you're good to go.
Eat more. Yeah. Come on, have some bacon. Yeah.
He'll work it off when he has a kid someday.
Yeah. The circle of life. Yeah. It's honestly it is funny that I am I don't have time to work out, and I am oh, let me make sure that the activity that I do with him is somewhat let's go on a long walk perhaps, and
That's
where
smart.
I have to pull him in something.
Yeah.
So is
Smart.
that good?
Yeah, I love that. You're teaching him healthy habits as you're getting some healthy
I
habits in
guess
yourself.
I am.
I can't even imagine because I don't have a child or do anything, and I still am there's no time to work out. It's so hard for me to
Walk your cat.
I should just start walking my cats. I went on a 4-mile walk today. I did 4-mile walk.
Oh, nice.
today.
That's
So that was
awesome.
pretty good.
That's excellent.
I try to do that at least three times a week.
That's
it depends,
awesome,
but I 3 or 4 times a week.
No, here's the thing. I have friends that don't work out at all, really, or I just really don't see and I have myself been an athletic person for years. Right now I'm in this rhythm of every Saturday I do 2 hours of pickup basketball where I'm exhausted by the end of it. We're going it is steady 2 hours, and I've got skinny friends who are just pieces of shit. And they just kind of live their life and go man, you should lose some weight, Sam. What's the deal with that? Why are some people so good at being skinny and just not, ever putting on weight? And it's so hard for me and Mike here to keep it off and look like healthy people.
Fucking genetics, man. Genetics, right? I mean, you probably look at people that smoke, drank, never ate a vegetable, and lived for 90 years, right? And then somebody who took health seriously, exercised all the time, dropped dead of a heart attack at 65. Genetics we can't escape, but your pant size is also not a lab value either. So there's so many different variables that go into health. You can be a person in a bigger body and have great lab values, great lifestyle, great habits, and you could be a piece of shit skinny person that eats like crap, smokes, vapes, has no fiber intake, never exercises, and be unhealthy, but look healthy, what people would define as healthy on the outside because they're a quote unquote normal weight.
I'm on those GLP-1s. I want to hear your thoughts on them. It's funny because people were like, I had to beg my doctor to take those drugs. And 2 years in a row, my doctor was like, you should take them.
Come on, man. Please take them.
So this year I started it in December.
Okay.
I started doing it. And I'm on a fat guy text thread with Gabrus and Zach Cherry and Stavros.
Wow, that's like a who's who of fat guys.
We're gonna get you on the council. We're gonna get you on the fat guy council. But we talk about those drugs a lot. I wondered if you had ever thought about them, if it's ever crossed your mind. But you are athletic. See, that's when we were talking earlier. I was like, you're a comfort guy, but you are a pretty athletic guy.
It always is that thing of like I mean, and I think this has been a big part of my journey. I think it's so lame to be like, here's my weight loss journey. But like a big part of my journey is sort of like, I remember when I was in my 20s, I was like, I'm overweight and like, I'm just not a healthy person. And that's just who I am. Yeah. I got blackout drunk and like a rock bottom kind of, when you're like hungover and like fluids are coming out of all parts of your body and you're gone for a day. Like you're just like, oh, that day's spent and you're
sometimes a couple days,
sweating and I was like, I gotta do something. I'm gonna take a week off. And then that week spiraled into me stop drinking, stop smoking cigarettes and stop smoking pot. And I was like, well, I should try and do something good for myself. And so I started running. And this was in New York. And I started like stringing together the miles. One day I like told my roommate, I was like, hey, I ran 5 miles today. It's the longest I've ever run. And he was like, did you stretch? And I was like, oh. And so, yeah, I should. And so I went to a running store and I bought a book on running. And it just so happened the book I bought on running was about running marathons. It was running marathons for non-runners. And I was like, I'm a non-runner. That's the kind of book I need. And then the book immediately convinced me to run a marathon. And so I went from like never having run a mile before to training for the New York Marathon.
Wow.
And that's how I got into good shape. I got into shape and I was probably an annoying, skinnier guy turned who used to be a fatter guy. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I quit smoking, but I can probably have a cigarette every now and again. I could quit drinking, but I can have a drink every now and again. And I like immediately like started drinking again, started putting the weight on, started back in all the and like it immediately like came back and then some.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then like
that's the issue as like that can happen quick too as a big guy. It's just like I can gain weight so much faster than I can drop it. Like I could gain if I wanted to, I could gain like 25 to 30 pounds in a month. I feel like
that's impressive.
I mean, I think I could. I'm just saying I've almost lost 30 pounds. I'm close to it now.
Yeah.
And that's 4 months. You know what I mean? And like, and I'm like, I could shoot back up to that weight so fast if I wanted to. I'm not threatening anyone with that.
I'll do it. Don't make me.
I mean, that's like the dream too, is like, oh man, I wish I'd get one of those roles where they'd be like, hey, you got to gain 40 pounds. I'd be like, done. Living the life.
They don't give those to fat guys. They're always guys who are like thin that they then have to gain weight.
That's so annoying when you see like a thin guy and they're like, oh, they gained all this weight for the part. It's like, just give it to a fat guy. Come on. There's tons of us.
Colin Farrell in like a fat guy, like a clump suit basically for Penguin.
Yeah.
What can you do? You know what I mean? Yeah. It sucks. He's good,
I was saying like that's you're a perfect example of why like they say diets don't work is that oftentimes you're changing so many things at once to adapt to this new diet that you just rebound because you're not establishing new habits and like they're not locking in so that they're muscle memory. So we yo-yo and then we go off a diet, on a diet, off a diet, which to your point on those GLP-1s is why those like as a dietitian, we like love them and hate them because they are promising and it is helpful for weight loss, insulin resistance, diabetes, all sorts of other things that it looks really promising in. But it doesn't teach people healthy habits and change,
yes.
you know.
That's
so
like a
we'll
huge
lose
part
that
of
part
it.
of it.
They're like, you need to change your lifestyle. I'm like, whatever.
Here's the magic pill y'all been saying doesn't exist.
No, but I know.
yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. If I stopped doing it, actually, the fires in LA happened, and it was like I had taken the stuff for a month and I'd lost weight, and the fires pushed at me from getting it for like 3 weeks, and I was like, oh, I'm like gaining weight again. But when you're eating well and exercising, they are like the best version, and you are like guaranteed to drop a couple pounds every week, which is great.
And it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can do some form of, diet and some form of exercise and not necessarily, just kind of stay in that maintenance range. It doesn't have to be an extreme thing. It doesn't have to be a marathon.
One of my frustrations with health and today's society is that it feels like there's like a level of gatekeeping. That maybe this is that body dysmorphia, but sometimes it feels like I get dressed up, I go into a gym, and that like I feel like I don't belong here.
People are mean to fat people. It just is the way it goes. And you get shit when you're a fat person. They're like, you should lose weight. And then if you don't do it the right way to people, which I've done it the right way in my life, which is exercise. But that exercise, I rode crew 6 days a week, and I'm like, I can't. In the real world, I can't do that. And then for 2 years, I could do it. And then every summer, I'll come back looking bad, and then after a couple months, I'd be back down to where I was. But I think people, when you use drugs or whatever, people want you to do it the right way, and it's like my body's fucking different. You know what I mean? Like I can't do it in a similar way, and that's what I fear now. And I was wondering how you would feel about this too. Is like, now that I'm 40, that is kind of the reason why I was like, I'll do this, because I did Noom, which is like a weight loss app, and I followed it for so long, and it's like, and I was eating right, and I was like, I'm living the most boring existence of my life. Oh, no. And it was like 5 months, and I lost less weight than I have with GLP-1s. Wow. And I was just like eating fruit, walking every single day, walking and exercising every day, eating well. And then I also do a fast food podcast. That's just a side note. Don't worry about that. No big deal.
I didn't hear your fast food order earlier.
It's a horrifying fast food order. But then like I did all that and was like bored out of my mind. And then I was like, I didn't even lose that much weight. And then I fell off that track and I gained the weight back so fast again. And that's the thing. That's why I've enjoyed doing these, because I'm just like, my body won't let me eat, and is like maybe what I needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do fear as you get older, it's harder to just drop weight. Like that's like I didn't really do it all in my 30s. I was just gaining weight anyways. But like in my 20s, when I attempted to drop weight, I could do it. And now I'm like, I can't even feel like I can do it as much anymore. As it feels like it's overwhelming.
I mean, this is sort of like kind of, I think the what I was getting at earlier with the talking about the marathon is that like I feel like what I need to do, and correct me if I'm wrong, is figure out that sort of ratio, is figure out that healthy habitual pattern of like how much I should be eating and how much I should be exercising, right? Like it's like we're not like all of a sudden cast in a Marvel movie and being paid to like lose weight and work out every day. Like I was like, that was like the funny thing about running the marathon was that I gave myself a goal.
Yeah.
And because I had this goal, like I'm going to do this thing that I had other people invest in. Like I had because I was running it for a charity. So people were giving me money for the charity. And so I would be like, I'm letting people down if I don't do this. And it was very easy to like wake up every day and be like, all right, today's a day where I run.
I have a sad version of that where I like told my dad, I was like, I'm going to run the marathon. And then I remember like the last year he's alive. I'm like, yeah, it didn't happen. Sorry. Goodbye.
You should do it.
I dated this woman. She said I have low tone or something. Do you know?
Tone?
Yeah, she's like I think you're like a
muscle mass.
Yeah, she's like
I think she was like cat or not catfishing you, gaslighting you or something like that.
I think she was saying like I'm like a weak man. I think she was saying like I am weak.
No, I don't think that was a healthy relationship. Is what I'm saying.
She was great. She was super. But I was like, you know, I get sick a lot. I also like I feel like I wonder if I could run a marathon.
You should do a half marathon.
Can I challenge that like running a marathon or a long race is not like necessarily the greatest fitness endeavor?
I think that is true.
Like while it's like helpful for like cardiorespiratory, like in your heart and your lungs, like actually building muscle mass is going to go far further in, you know, blood sugar control, in seeing weight loss, and seeing changes in your body that make you happy, in longevity. You know, as we get older, we lose more muscle mass. So, you know, for you, your goal before was running the marathon. Maybe now it's that you can keep up with Wally when he's older, and that you can go play pickup basketball in 10 years when he's able to dribble a ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can have shifting things that encourage you and motivate you, but also, yes, like running a marathon is not on my bucket list personally, but like maybe deadlifting 300 pounds would be, you know?
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, like would be.
That's so cool. I don't think I'm not that athletic. It sucks.
How about like a strongman competition?
That, I mean, I am a weakling, but I would like to try to do something like that. I worked with a trainer 3 days a week, and then he moved to Texas. Yeah. And so and that was like when I was working with my trainer 3 days a week, I was like, oh, this is like the best version of me going to the gym, and like I'm paid
having that personalized help. And that's like Noom. That's like kind of blanket recommendations.
Yes. Yeah. And I was like, I have to, like you were saying, like I have a responsibility at least to this guy who I pay. You know? And I'm like, if I don't go, I'm like wasting money or whatever. And also he'd be like sad. He'd be like, oh, you're not coming. I was like, and I would lose like $60 or $75 or whatever it was.
A guy I knew who was, I don't know why this makes a difference in the story, but it kind of does. But he was Buddhist. Once offered me $1 to quit smoking. This actually I think was when I was like doing better stuff for myself. But the way I quit was he offered me $1 to quit smoking, and I took him up on it. And there's that thing of like I owe this person $1 if I smoke another cigarette. Yeah. And that's enough sometimes for you to do something like that.
That's for me when the Red Sox. That's the last time I smoked. I was driving to school, and I was like, I won't smoke at the Red Sox win this. It was Game 4 of the ALCS against
2004.
2004, and I threw my cigarettes out the window. And I was like, in my head, I was like, they'll lose eventually. And then they never lost again.
Yeah. They still haven't.
They still haven't. Yeah. And then when my dad died, I was like, I smoked again. And I was like, I had a cigarette after he died.
That's why they're losing. You know, like I've run a marathon since that marathon. And what I've realized too is that like, I'm like, oh, like it's a stunt. That amount of distance is it's very easy to injure yourself in training for that amount of distance, and that's why I said, you know, maybe a half marathon. I feel like
a half marathon I could maybe do. I ran 6 miles with crew. That was like the most.
If you want to run a half marathon, I'll run a half marathon. Even though you're saying like
no, I mean I like this.
I do. I would like to do that. It would take me probably a year to do it, just to even like where I'm thinking.
I would say 4 months.
4 months is quick, I feel like.
It's not that quick. I'll come up with
16 weeks.
A plan. I'll come up with 16 weeks to be able to run 13 miles.
Yeah, honestly, a September, October, or November.
Oh, there's always like a haunted marathon or something like that. Like
the haunted marathon sounds fun.
I think the rock and roll marathon always happens in like late October, and
that sounds
we can
fun
do that. Yeah,
that is more.
Let's do it.
Let's side panel, but I would be very. I just don't want to get
like
my
he's walking it back. Yeah.
I am very interested in doing it.
All right, it's fun. It is fun, and I'll say this: is like the race itself is the victory lap. It's all about like we're training, and then the race itself, it's like whatever. I've done this for 16 weeks before this.
Why don't you guys get some blood work done before, and then blood work done after, and see if you improve any level. Because that
I thought you just meant generalized. You guys need blood work done right now.
Like, we're on the conversation about health and size, like weight doesn't necessarily have any indication of your health status, but like looking at your cholesterol, your triglycerides, your A1C, that sort of thing. And by exercising and training for this, you might see some improvement there that might get mom and sister off your back, but then also motivate you to continue to want to see progress.
Like the best time for like working out for me was a buddy of mine was a trainer, and he like told me like, hey, I've like on the days where I'm doing training sessions, if you want to come by the gym before that, he's like, I'll do my workout and you can come do my workout like alongside me, and it'll be a hangout. And it was the freaking best.
I'm on Twisted Metal with Samoa Joe, who is a big guy.
The wrestler Samoa Joe.
The wrestler Samoa Joe.
Yeah, that's you're not like a cook named Samoa Joe. Or the accountant Samoa Joe.
And I wasn't just nicknaming him Samoa Joe off the top of my head. That is his wrestling name is Samoa Joe. I'm not a weird guy who's like, he's Samoa Joe to me. He's Samoa Joe. And he's great. And it was that sort of thing of he's a big man. And for the like, as another big man, he like in the show, he throws me around. I was like, I haven't felt like how Wally feels or something. Like I haven't felt like a little kid being like, it was kind of fun and nice.
Oh yeah.
Like, Joe is a big man who is like, so like, he's a professional athlete. He's in shape, which can fat be healthy? I feel like those big guys are NFL linemen who always lose weight. I feel like when they leave the league, but they're like 350 pounds and they're like, super in shape, a lot of the times healthy guys.
It's because fat is power.
Fat is power.
That's power.
We need a shirt, right?
I don't know if you should wear a fat is power shirt. Just with the times in general.
No, we need it. Come on. Big fat fist.
There's a candy bar in it. I did like aquatic workouts with Joe, and like he would do like pool work, and he was like, he did say, he was like, do this, like you'll do this 20 times, and it's like just flicking your wrists. And he's like, you're gonna be the most worn out after you do it. I was like, yeah, all right. And I don't know why I didn't believe that guy, but I did it.
My wrist is pretty strong.
You know us too well already. Once he was right. I did it, and I was like, I am like exhausted, and I had never done aquatic workouts before, and they were great. But I feel like those guys, big guys like that, are like, okay, fat can be healthy. I've never been a strong athletic guy like that while I was fat, or ever really, but like especially when I was big. Are you a CPAP guy?
For going to sleep and stuff?
Yeah.
No, I think I just snore.
I
think I just sleep poorly.
No, I just snore. I wake up choking every night. That was like people. I mean, that's what I would say back in the day. Like, CPAP. I was like, no. I snore like really loud all the time. And then, but I just started using a CPAP machine.
Yeah.
I had tried it 10 years ago and I hated it, and then I started again in December. So I'm now using that too, which has been like a world of difference of like being able to
better quality sleep
and oxygen.
Is sleep more important than we think?
It really is. Like, I wrote down some notes today, but then I heard his fast food order, and I was like, the hell are But one of them was like on sleep deprivation, and like it can reduce your testosterone by like 24%, raise your cortisol by like 20%, which is your stress hormone. It affects your hunger, your appetite and hunger hormones, so it makes you feel more hungry, less satisfied. You eat more calories. Muscle breakdown, like less muscle protein synthesis overnight, so more muscle breakdown. So yeah, like sleep is really important, and lack of sleep is really detrimental to your health.
Does it matter when you sleep? Like is day sleep worse than night sleep? Or?
Just getting like deep sleep. Ideally, you're not sleeping 4 hours, then napping, 3 hours. Like that's not the equivalent of 7 hours consecutive, but it's better than nothing. Yeah.
I dream again, which I without using the CPAP, I didn't dream. Like, I didn't dream for like a decade. I was like, I just don't dream. And then...
Are your dreams weird or... How are they?
They're like so often they're just like I'm in a situation. It's like I need to piss, and then I wake up like I had to piss. it's like it's that thing of like
That's dreaming.
I think my body trying to wake me up. But before that didn't happen.
Yeah, you piss your pants all the time.
You were just dying slowly every night.
Yeah. There's a conception of LA that we're so fitness conscious here, as opposed to if you look at this like LA, New York thing.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that like in New York, it was always so much easier to stay healthy because you're walking everywhere. Right. You're walking, like every person is just like, it's mandatory that you walk miles every day.
Yeah.
LA is not very walkable. And there's also just too many options. You can Instacart, you can DoorDash. You don't have to ever leave your home if you don't want to.
Yeah.
There's also like, I'll walk the reservoir sometimes. Like, I hate it. So now I just walk in my neighborhood, which I do like. I'll go through like Los Feliz area and...
Where exactly do you live?
The exact address?
The exact address. That's Sam Brown University exclusive.
Los Feliz area is the someone dropped off a mystery drink on my front door one time. I didn't know who it was, and then I was like, I need to like stop telling people where I live.
Did it say like to Mike, or was it just someone left a drink and you're like, this must be for me?
Did you drink it?
It was like a mystery because we would do like a thing called like the Weiger challenge, and it was a thing that he poured into a thing and then closed the lid, and I was like, let's drink it for the thing, and Mike was like, no. It's been open, what are you talking about? So we didn't do it.
Yeah. So what's the deal with our boobs? That's what one question I really want to get to.
What is it called? Gynecomastia?
I'm too embarrassed to look it up.
Oh, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah,
I feel like I have been thinking.
Is that guy boobs?
Guy.
It's guys in the
just
name?
extra breast. Just extra breast. Gyno.
Well, I mean gyno. So
Which is like
gynecologist.
Yeah. No, but it's just extra breast tissue. So I don't think that there's. It's not. There's smaller people like your soccer athlete that have it, right? And so I think it's embarrassing for a lot of people. It goes away. Some people it doesn't. And the choices.
Mine have definitely grown. Like I feel like I have more of them now than as I've gotten older than I was like a fat guy, but I didn't have like I'd be chubby. I have just like such a belly. But they're growing. And also
breasts on women are fat as well. They're gonna increase. They're gonna increase or decrease.
Not bone. Okay.
At least out of LA.
You got a skeleton.
I thought it was I thought they looked like female robots.
It's good that you had someone who's smart here to talk to.
That's the whole thing. I don't understand anything either, so we're good. We have this game. It's called Fat or Fiction. I'm gonna ask a fat or fiction, and you tell me if it's true or false. We'll go with Mike first, and then to Jessica. That way, we find out the real. Muscle weighs more than fat.
Fat.
Fiction.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. So do you have
weigh
any?
The same. A pound of muscle and a pound of fat are a pound.
This is like a troll bridge question.
I mean, it's denser. It's denser.
Okay.
But 1 pound and 1 pound are 1 pound.
But like,
do you not know the answer? Do you?
No. This is just like a. We're not the dietitian.
Oh, you're answering. Oh, I got you.
Diet soda is not bad for you.
I
mean, I know it's fiction, but I want to say fat. I'm going to say fat.
I'm going to say it's not a straightforward answer. I'm going to say fiction. There's a concern around the sugars in diet sodas, but the amount that you would have to consume in order for that to be problematic is like gallons and gallons of diet soda. And I would argue that...
And how long of a period?
In a day.
Okay.
You're good. I have to listen to your podcast. but I would argue that a diet soda is going to be regular or better than a regular soda.
Okay.
As far as the health or non-health
drinking
benefits.
A Diet Coke isn't stupid.
No, I love Diet Coke.
Yeah. Is height heavy?
Is height heavy?
Yeah.
I would.
Fat.
Oh, yeah. Forgot.
Fat.
Yeah.
Fiction, because you could be a Wimbiana, who is 7 foot, how many inches? And he's kind of scrawny though. Yeah. But then you could be someone who's shorter and way more. So height isn't. You would have more bones.
You have more bones?
More bone mass. But not even then. You could
if
have,
you're a lady, you have
dense.
2 extra bones, like we said, but not.
Yes.
Lefty and righty.
Yeah. It's all variable.
Does big boned exist? Speaking of bones.
I'm going to say fat because I had to say I was big bone forever, so I need it. I need you to also say fat, unfortunately. So even if it is fiction, just please say fat here.
Yeah, say fat or he's going to gain 40 pounds.
It's fat.
He'll do it.
Is it fiction?
Well, I could argue that the more weight-bearing exercise you do, you increase your bone density. So larger-bodied people would probably have more dense bones. So not like we're not talking larger bones in this way, but like more mass to your bones.
Okay. Denser bones.
I feel like there's some people you see and you're like, that they got a big skeleton.
But like an X-ray. It's all the same underneath there. Yeah, unfortunately.
I have a gigantic head.
I got a big head.
We both have big heads. Yeah. Like
I just felt self-conscious when you said
No, I was just saying, but that doesn't mean.
If we both turn into a skeleton on this couch right now, my skull would be bigger than yours. It would have to be, right? I have a huge head.
I'm a woman, so my skull's probably smaller.
Wait, women's skulls are smaller?
Yeah.
That sounds sexist.
I didn't say brains. I said
By the way, one of our past guests, I saw him this week, Zach Kreger from my comedy troupe, and I was talking to him and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have a nutritionist on the show," and he went, "Oh man, she's gonna eviscerate you." That made me feel awesome. Juice cleanses detox your body?
Fat.
Fiction. My goodness, I hate a detox. Your liver and your kidneys naturally detox your body. A lot of detoxes are going to be like devoid of fiber and that sort of thing. You're just going to have a lot of fluid and you're just going to shit your brains out. And so you think you're detoxing, but you're just shitting your brains out.
Eating late makes you gain weight?
Fat.
Fiction. It's not the timing alone, because we could say, what if you ate late at night, but then you went and played 2 hours of basketball? Like, then you're going to have burned that off. It has to do with the timing in relation to when are you stopping exercise. Less than 6 p.m. doesn't automatically, if it's like 6 p.m. at night, it doesn't automatically, your body doesn't know what time it is.
But if it is like you're eating right before bed, you're having a bedtime hoagie.
If you're doing right before bed, but I also have like my athletes eat right before bed because they need to wake up and have energy. And we go through an overnight fast, so I need them to have energy overnight. Plus your body does use calories and does do work overnight. So, I mean, in general, if we're looking at what most people are saying is like, if I'm eating late at night, I'm late night snacking, I'm not active, I'm not an athlete, and so I'm likely to gain weight. But it's the habit, not necessarily the food or the timing.
What if I have an early morning podcast? Is it okay to have
a big hoagie, extra quesadilla, Big Mac with fries, and 2 gallons of soda.
My buddy Dano, his order is would discuss that's as big as I'll go on my order. Yeah. But I should get his big order from McDonald's. It's unhuman. But he doesn't drink soda. He'll drink water.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
It cancels everything.
It cancels everything out.
Yeah.
Send it to us. We'll put it up right here.
Sucks that I made the editors do this twice.
Yeah. So I think what we found out was, I think that the healthiest you can be is if you're super fat and if you host a podcast about eating fast food, right? Yeah. I want to thank my guests, Mike Michel and Jessica Isaacs, so much for coming on and having this discussion with me. It's been so great. I would like to also reward you guys now having completed an episode. You now have graduated.
Oh my God.
From Sam Brown University, and I will present you both with a diploma in health and fitness.
Wow, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Do I get one in health and fitness?
Wow, health and fitness.
Wow.
Sorry, my
Wow.
handwriting's pretty
This
bad.
is
But yeah. You get your very own diploma. You are now a graduate of Sam Brown University.
It's more legit than Trump University. This holds up, right?
Very similar to Trump University, yeah.
So what I've learned today is that it can be healthy to be overweight. It's just about how you live your life. It's just about finding that routine that works for you and not being discouraged in having healthy habits. And also, maybe have a road sandwich once in a while. Thanks again, guys.
Do you want to go to Back to the Future Burger King?
I've got another show to record, but I totally would. How much time do I have? All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to Sam Brown University TV. I want to also thank The Suits, Colin Goheen, and Meltem Saricicek. Thank you so much for producing this show. And I want to thank our editor, Andrew Michel. I also want to thank the composer of the theme song and performer of the theme song, Jonah Ray. The Jonah Ray. Wow. We're going to release this every Wednesday. We're going to keep on trucking. Check us back out here next week. Make sure you hit like and subscribe and comment. All these interactions help. And yeah, I will see you next week. Class dismissed.